What's going on, Zuma Forums? Dynamo USA here. This is my walk around of my 2015 Yamaha TMAX 530. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, and I tell you, it's been an absolute joy. It's nimble on the road, it's got plenty of power for what I need it for. The fit and finish is very good. I tell you, I absolutely love this sonic gray exterior. A lot easier to maintain than your traditional gloss paint. Basically all you have to do is just soap and water, give it a rinse, and even in the manual it says not to wax it because of the matte finish. These LED headlights, an upgrade from the 2009 Yamaha TMAX version. These are LED headlights, and I really enjoy them because the cutoff is absolutely perfect. They're crisp all the way out, and the high beams push out more than far enough than I'll ever need. And there's even a cool LED trace that goes right here along with the regular headlights. It's got dual front disc brakes with a 2-cylinder pot caliper. Again, plenty of stopping power. It's water cooled. It's my first water cooled scooter. You know, earlier on, you guys have seen my videos from the Yamaha Zuma 125 scooter that I have, and I decided to just upgrade the performance a little bit because of my commute to work required me to travel at speeds of greater than 70 miles an hour, or at least be able to get up to 70 miles an hour. And that's just really cool how they laid that out, that sweeping design. Alright, here's the oil fill. There is no dipstick on these anymore, so this is just a fill. But instead of a dipstick, which I think is a lot easier, they put a sight glass here behind the kickstand. And that's right where it needs to be. Okay. Also, this has an oil filter. It's located right there. I'm using my cell phone, guys. I still haven't gotten all of my stuff yet from when I was living in Germany. That's supposed to be coming here in the next few days, so just bear with me here. And there's the rear shock. This belt here is really wide. I've seen bikes with much more power than the TMAX has with actually thinner belts. But this is what Yamaha puts on there, so it's probably going to last for a very long time. I believe you change these things out every 12,000 miles, with other users going as far as 20,000 miles before changing out the belt. Good tires, good stock tires, way better. I know it's a completely different class, but way better than the stock Kendas that come on the Zumas. These ones are okay, but you know, there's always room for upgrade to some Battle Axes or some Michelin Boppers, which are I've had good success with on the Zuma. Purchased it from Cycle Springs in Clearwater, Florida. Great place. It was a really smooth purchase. I actually went there to get a different scooter, and then once I got on that one, I realized it wasn't going to be enough power for what I needed it for, and it just didn't quite fit me. And then this one here was brand new on the showroom floor, and I did a little wheeling and dealing, and a couple days later had this one here in my driveway. So thank you for the folks at Cycle Springs in Clearwater, Florida. Thank you. Outstanding, very professional service. You guys know your merchandise, so swing on by if you're interested in Yamaha or any kind of motocross or power sports stuff. They'll treat you good there. Okay, rear disc brakes. These are neat. So, you see here the Yamaha TMAX. There's plenty of room for 2-up riding. The wife and I have been cruising around on it quite often, going to get groceries and this and that, and she fits on there comfortably. No issues with the the seat comfort. However, for me, this pad here, I'd like to be able to remove it. And you know, some of you might be wondering, well, why don't you just go ahead and take it off? Well, underneath here, there's a bracket that holds this thing on, and then there's a hard piece of plastic. So you're not going to be able to sit on, even if you would just take this, the seat rest off completely. It slides forward maybe half an inch in either direction, but this is the rearmost position. And when I sit on it, I kind of wish I could stretch out my legs just a little. And then you notice the arrows. You put it in there, and then it locks no problem. This is the Yamaha key fob. Alright, and for comparison, here's one for my Subaru. For a motorcycle, why on earth does it need to be so big? And those things in your pocket, this is the only thing that you feel. It takes up a lot of room, and honestly, has some bizarre features on it that I really wish they just would have went without. I've never seen a key fob that has an on-off switch. Okay, they say it's a security thing. Okay, fine. But before I really messed with it, I remember I must have turned it off at some point, and I went to go start my scoot, and I couldn't figure out why on earth it was not starting. Nothing was engaging. I checked the kickstand a bunch of times, and then I got this out, and I remember there was a button on there, and then there's even a little light on there. Let's see if I can get it to show. There you go. So now it's off. And as you see, nothing is happening. Okay, so that totally disables it. And then it gives you this little indicator right here, which you can't see outside, by the way. So if you're outside in the sunlight and you're looking to see, is it on position, is it off position, you just have to try it until you get it to work. So just one of those things that left me scratching my head, why an on-off switch on a fob? Nobody else has them. And then also this thing's kind of disappointing too. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of energy. There's a bunch of play in here. Come on, Yamaha. I'm pretty sure this is not Yamaha. They slapped their sticker on there and they just went and got these. I'm not sure who manufactured it. Looks like maybe Mitsubishi Electric. Okay. And then there's also times it does that. I mean, come on. It's kind of... It's large and it has this weird on-off thing. So I'll leave it at that. It's kind of a pain. But at least all you have to do is you stick it in your pocket. You kind of leave it there. Or stick it in your vest, and you can start to scoot that way. So put the Yamaha ones away. So behind here is the air filter. It's a small one. You can get aftermarket add-ons, K&Ns, and there's a couple other brands that make them out there. So here's another thing. I thought Yamaha could have done a little better. Let me swing around to the other side of the scoot. Is this 12 volt on every other maxi scoot that's out there? They have it inside one of the boxes. Yamaha opted to put this on the outside, and the battery is actually located behind here. And to me, this seems like an afterthought because it's the closest and shortest distance to the battery, and they just give you this little rubber plug that kind of you have to finagle to fit on there just right. Okay, fine, but at least you have one, because it would have been, you know, a deciding factor for maybe a lot of people that are on the line, which one has a 12 volt, and then they go find a Suzuki just because it has a 12 volt adapter and the Yamaha didn't, but maybe they like the Yamaha better. So this, I think they could have done a better job with. And then also, I would have liked to have a storage box on this side as well. Now they give you this one here too, on the right hand side, but it's also very shallow and not as deep as some of the other ones that are out there. So, and then there's a lever that's on the inside. You think that you just pull it down? No, you actually have to push. There's a little tab on in there, releases it, and it drops down. So let me see what I can get out of here. So there's that. That switch right there is just in case the battery dies. You're supposed to be able to reach down in there. I'm going to do it, and to open the trunk. Here, gee, you know, why can't I do this? Well, I don't know, because it's a million miles away, and then you can only, there's enough room in here, just enough, at least for my hand. You kind of have to push the key down in there once you get it lined up. Okay, well, let's turn it. Oh geez, you know, I can't turn my hand because it's so damn big and it... Okay, so you see where I'm going with that. Pain in the butt. Alright, adjustable brakes. Lever so you can adjust the distance. Basically you just push them forward and you can turn it either direction, get it at the right, whatever distance you want, 5 being the closest, and then 1 being the furthest away. That's actually quite a reach. It has some crazy gorilla hands in order to push it out that far. Alright, okay, let me turn this on so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, there's a startup. Very clean, very sharp. The only thing I would have liked added to this is a rheostat so that I can adjust the intensity of the light. I personally prefer to have them as dim as possible, just enough so that they're illuminating, you can see them. Some people like them super bright. It just would have been a nice option to have. So, you go through the menu. There's the trip meters. I haven't reset any of them except for this one here. And as you see here, it's changing to V-belt. I've driven 677 miles since the V-belt has been changed, which I think is cool because along with the trip meter A and B, you have a way to track when was the last time that you changed oil, when was the last time you changed your V-belt, in addition to additional trip meters. So basically, let's say it was time to change that, you just go to the reset button and you can zero that out, and then this way you have a fresh meter on your V-mount. Like I just recently changed the oil. There you go, I have 20 miles on the oil. So good. Also your mile per gallon on there, it calculates. This right here would normally be on if the scoop was running, and it tells you what your mile per gallon is at the time that you're driving it. And it goes all the way up to 999.9 when you're coasting, and then as you're on the throttle it gets low, and that's how it calculates your average. That's nice to have. Your ambient temperature works pretty good. There you go. On the clock you can easily reset it. So, good menu, easy to navigate and figure out. It didn't take long at all. If you have a hard time, just check your manual. Alright, Yamaha's adjustable windshield. Okay, it's adjustable, it has 2 positions, either high or low. The low position lowers it down about 1 inch. The high position is where it's at right now. Basically you unscrew these plastic plugs, and then there's some more Allen key bolts back behind here, and you can simply just pull it on there and you slide it in 2 positions, and then you have to adjust the position of your plugs. Okay, so it's a good windshield. For me, this is the best height. I'm 5'9", so I think it does okay. And I think they did a really good design on this. Oh, yeah, let me show you those LEDs up front. See them? Those are the lights. Great light design. Very kind of Gundam looking, but hey, you know, it is from Japan, so kind of looks like little antennas. Alright, so while I'm there, slide this stuff off here. Here it is, the electronic seat open. Okay, great. Pretty cool. However, comma, let's see if we can get to do it. There's been a couple of times where sometimes it misses. It's kind of frustrating because you click it and it doesn't want to go up. Click it again, it doesn't want to go up. Right here. Right now, it's probably because I haven't been sitting on it, but those are the grab points. Maybe it's just new. Just every once in a while I notice that it won't open on the first time. You usually have to push it down or on the side. So I guess center those grab points and then it'll lift up. Alright, that's cool in itself that, you know, it stays up on its own. Good design, hydraulics. Scooters, they don't always do that. Take a look at the Honda Forza, Bing that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is not additional storage. I thought it'd be a good place to put some stuff. Matter of fact, it says not to, because this is where the arm comes down. However, if you just have your paperwork, your registration, insurance, go ahead and throw that in there. This way it's not floating around the bottom of your back. The reason I say that is because there's not a whole lot of room in here. Other scooters allow room for 2 full face helmets to fit in there comfortably. I argue that 1 fits in there, if you can get it in there right. Let's see. Now this is a flip-up type. I have to do this all with one hand.